In my commentaries on the art of compromise, along with the understanding of what leadership and democracy is, we establish this country as a republic, not a democracy, and it is ran by managers, not leaders or dictators, that we the people hire through elections. These elected managers are supposed to reflect our personal preferences that fall into two categories called liberals and conservatives. Of course, there are variations among these members of these two groups, just like the difference between hot and cold water, with any debate over the variation in temperature really not constructive. A classical conservative will resist change and seek the status quo in contrast to a liberal embracing change, and the faster the better. The old mantra that my parents said to me applies. We are all born liberal and we grew up to be conservative. These tags have evolved into political parties, with the Democrats and the Republicans stereotyped as liberals and conservatives respectively. But the change factor goes deeper. If a liberal change is made, will that change make matters better, or will they be risking the wealth of the nation through their experimentation? It is not surprising a majority of liberals and conservatives, Democrats and Republicans, do not really understand the position of their party brand. Their affiliation is often inherited. Mom and Dad were a Democrat, so am I. They also consider it disloyal to change parties, like changing from a Ford to a Chevy, or supporting a rival sports team. There is also a large dose of apathy and indifference that exacerbates the fact that they do not know what their party actually represents. The current definition of a conservative is to have government run like a business, operate fairly, honestly, in a sustainable way with no self-serving agenda. This approach uses systems that have worked for the most part to this point. The current definition of a liberal is to have government correcting those past inequities through the redistribution of wealth to those whose ancestors were wronged. This approach looks at the things that did not work and wants to make changes to correct that past. The conservative approach seems to be forward-looking, with the liberal approach looking to the past, along with the experimentation of modernizing the old ways and the mistakes that could be improved upon. It is not surprising that both parties are convinced the other party is absolutely wrong in their thinking. This debate has been going on since the start of the industrial age, and the evolution of political correctness and the explosion of the welfare programs that requires a large number of victims to keep it expanding is the lifeblood of the liberal cause. The conservative cause thrives on self-sufficiency, with little or no government involvement. Don't give them a fish, but teach them how to fish. Fairness, honesty, sustainability, and integrity is where the debate must be held, with everyone looking in the mirror to be certain that they are not violating these core values in advancing their cause. This is Keith Kuby wishing you the best in making the world a better place.